Assalamu alaikum and hello everyone. I hope that all of you are fine, staying well and safe. Welcome to SIK Short Lectures and welcome once again. Today this is going to be our ninth lecture and our today's topic is of much importance. Today we are going to talk about a disaster. Our today's topic is lightning and thunderstorm. So I have shared my screen with you. You can see my screen in here. But before I go to explain the main things, I want to show you a news. Recently, you can see in the BBC News portal that recently 17 people were killed in Bangladesh. They were killed by lightning and they were wedding party guests. They were on a boat and all on a sudden they were hit by lightning and people died. Very, very unfortunate incident. So we should really know about lightning or thunderstorm more so that we can take more precautionary steps and we can learn about better management. And that's the goal of our today's lecture. So the first thing that we will talk about that what is lightning or thunderstorm? The first thing is that this is a natural disaster for sure. If I talk about the mechanism of lightning, scientists are often divided in terms of its pure mechanism, but the first thing is that this is one sort of electrostatic discharge related to electricity. Lightning is the visible effect or the visual effects of this electrostatic discharge. Lightning is caused by the updraft and downdraft of thunderstorm. This is the basics. In the sky, the lighter particles, they go upward and they become positively charged. You can see it in here. And the heavier particles, they go downdraft and they become negatively charged. And these two electrically charged regions, they try to equalize each other. And while these efforts, equalizing efforts, a huge amount of energy is released or electrostatic discharge, which is known as lightning. You can see the picture in here. That is the basically of the basics of lightning actually. Wherever the two regions, they try to equalize themselves, huge amount of energy is released as electrostatic discharge. The sound we hear, the sound that we hear just after this visual effects of lightning, that is called thunder. Thunder is the acoustic effects of lightning. So when we talk about thunderstorm, it is also known as lightning storm, and it is basically the lightning with rain shower and thunder, composed of everything. That is the thunderstorm, and it is also known as lightning storm. So this is the basic mechanism of lightning, and this is a disaster. People can die if they are hit by lightning, and a lot of people die every year in Bangladesh and in many countries. So our basic goal of today's lecture is to learn about the safety management. What can we do? There are two parts in here, that if you're outdoor and if you're indoor. If you're outside, at that time you will have to follow one sort of management system. If you're inside, then also you have to follow some sort of safety measures. So if you're outdoor, the first thing is that there is a 30-30 rule, that whenever you see the light, then after some seconds you see the sound. That is the basics. So after you see the light, we start counting 30 from 1 to 30, 1 2 3 4. And if you hear the sound before 30, at that time you should be careful and try to find some shelter. You should try to go inside or in indoor places. If you do not find any shelter nearby, maybe you are in an open field, at that time try to crouch low. Don't touch the ground fully, because if lightning hits somewhere, it can have the effects around 100 feet as its radius. So try to crouch low. Don't try everything on the ground. But it's better if you can find a shelter. And if you're also outside or whatever you are, then stay away from the concrete floors and walls, because there are a lot of wires. For example, you're outside, but there is a wall, don't touch it, because the lightning can pass through the wires or the bars in the concrete walls or flooring. So that is the basics of like safety management if you are outside. But if you are inside, then also you should be careful. It doesn't mean that it can't really uh, make you fully safe. The first thing is that you should try to avoid water and electromagnetic equipment during a thunderstorm because lightning can travel through these things. Try to avoid the corded phones. The cordless phones are safe, but try to avoid the corded phones because, as the saying, that lightning can pass through these materials as well. And also try to avoid the concrete floors and walls because lightning can pass through them. And there is one thing that whenever there is any lightning, if you see that, try to stay away from each other. Because if someone is hit by the lightning, then you can somehow help him if you're from, I mean, you're staying away. But if you're attached, at that time it will pass through your body easily. So try to be separated from each other, whether you're outside or inside. So this is the basic safety management of lightning. And the last thing that I want to talk about, that we know about lightning and we are concerned about it. I know that whoever you, talk to, you will see that yes, he or she knows about lightning, he's afraid of it. But often the people, they don't have the proper knowledge that what to do. Sometimes it is a problem that you don't actually know that when will the lightning come or the thunderstorm come. But generally, if you see the dark clouds, just as a theoretically, you can say that there are high chances of lightning. So if you see something like that, the people should be aware. Maybe you will see a lot of rickshaw pullers or some other people who are working on the streets. They're still working, but they should understand, they should know the knowledge that, okay, this is the time lightning might hit, I should be careful. If I exemplify the wedding party guests, I'm sure that all of them, they knew about lightning, but they didn't know about the proper safety management, right? They didn't have the proper knowledge because at that time there were dark clouds on the sky and they were openly on the boat. That was very, very risky. So that is why people should have proper knowledge. The government of Bangladesh has already listed lightning or thunderstorm as a disaster. We should also be careful regarding this matter. So thank you very much for your attention today. I wish you all the very best and I will see you in some next lectures. Thank you and bye-bye. Allah Hafiz.